Good day, class. How are you today? I am your teacher, Danny Herbacio. I will be your teacher in science and welcome to virtual classroom teaching. Today's lesson is based on the most essential learning competency, wait for, and that is to describe the different types of plate boundaries. Before we proceed to the lesson proper, let us have a quick test. Class, are you done? So let us check your answer. Number 1, that is true. Number 2, that is false. Number 3 is true. Number 4 is true. And number 5 is true. Very good. Right, class, before we proceed to the main parts of the lesson, I will be showing to you an example of plate tectonic boundaries. So what is plate tectonic? The Earth's crust is divided into 12 major plates which are moved in various directions. This plate motion causes them to collide, fall apart, or scrape against each other. Each type of interaction causes a characteristic set of earth structure or tectonic features. The word tectonic refers to the deformation of the crust as a consequence of plate interaction. So what happens at tectonic plate boundaries? Firstly, there are 3 types of plate boundaries, namely divergent boundary, convergent boundary, and transform boundary, each related to the movement seen along the boundary. If we are going to describe a divergent boundary, these are boundaries where plates are moving away from each other. What about convergent boundary? Actually, convergent boundaries, these are where plates move towards from each other. Where transform boundaries are where plates slide past each other. I will be showing to you a picture of how a divergent boundary works. For example, the rate spreading. This occurs when plates move away from each other. We have discussed earlier that convergent boundaries are boundaries where plates move towards each other. Now class, there are 3 types of this convergent boundary. One is continent collision. Second, continent-oceanic crust collision. And the third, ocean-ocean collision. When continental crust pushes against continental crust, both sides of the convergent boundary have the same properties. Neither side of the boundary wants to sink beneath the other side, and as a result, the 2 plates push against each other and the crust buckles and cracks, pushing up high mountain ridges. For example, the European Alps and Himalayas form this way. A convergent boundary where continental crust pushes against oceanic crust. The oceanic crust, which is thinner and more dense than the continental crust sinks below the continental crust. This is called a subduction zone. The oceanic crust descends into the mantle at a rate of centimeters per year. This oceanic crust is called the subduction slope. When the subducting slope reaches a depth of around 100 kilometers, it dehydrates and releases water into the overlaying mantle ridge. The addition of water into the mantle ridge changes the melting point of the molten material, there forming new melt which rises up into the overlaying continental crust, forming volcanoes. Subduction is a way of recycling the oceanic crust. Eventually, the subducting slope sinks down into the mantle to be recycled. It is for this reason that the oceanic crust is much younger than the continental crust, which is not recycled. Now, in oceanic plate collision, when two oceanic plates collide, one runs over the other, which causes it to sink into the mantle, forming the subduction zone. The subducting plate is bent downward to form a very deep depression in the ocean floor called the trench. The world's deepest parts of the ocean are found along trenches. Example, the Mariana Trench is 11 kilometers depth. The third type of boundary are transform boundaries, along which plates slide past each other. The San Andres Fault, adjacent to which the U.S. city of San Francisco is built, is an example of the transform boundary between the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate. Now, let us test your knowledge on the three types of boundaries by answering the following activity. This map summarizes all the known plate boundaries on Earth, showing whether they are divergent, convergent, or transform boundaries. So I guess you know already the topic. So let us now have the post test. And there you go. That ends our lesson for today. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Have a good day. Bye bye.